What do you get for free that people pay for? Maple syrup. My dad helps his cousin every year with his maple syrup production and he gives me enough every year to last the entire year. Pretty cool, because it's actually expensive, even here in Quebec. Hey, it's me takes voice. Cinema admission. I work at a cinema. Fed up of your family? Go to the cinema and have a movie day of all the newest releases. Slow day? Have the screen all to yourself. Donuts. One of my best friends works at Dunkin' and she brings over as many as we want because they just throw them out anyways at the end of the night. I work at Wendy's overnight and there's a manager from Dunkin' Donuts who brings in leftover donuts because she is pretty close with the main closing manager. Concerts and gala events. I'm a lighting guy rigger staging pyrotech. I actually get paid to attend shows festivals. I love my job. Food and tokens at Chuck E. Cheese. I've worked for the company for 13 years. However, I put my notice in last week, so I only have about a week left to reap the spoils. My oldest sister worked at Chuck E. Cheese when I was 8-10. She helped make my childhood better. I work in a shipyard, and they give out things like drill bits, saw blades, cutting grinding buffing discs, respirators, welding apparel, grinding cutting welding shields, flashlights, etc. Definitely keeps my shop at home stocked up. That crap ain't cheap. My employer has a program like this as well. They don't know they have it, but it exists. I live in Florida, so I stumble upon free tickets to Disney World or Universal pretty frequently. I have a couple friends that work there, and sometimes random friends from high school are giving away extra tickets on Facebook or something. Within the past 6 months I've been to Disney twice and Universal twice without spending a dime on admission. That's so cool. I live in Alabama, which isn't far away, but I've never been to Disney or Universal. I really want to see the Harry Potter world at Universal. I work for a marketing firm. Our clients often request samples to view before placing an order. They send the samples back, opened. We can't sell them, so I often get to take them home. Some of my loot: Dyson vacuum, Amazon Echo, PS4, Keurig, SodaStream, Samsung tablet, Bulova watch, 42 inches Sony TV, Amazon Fire TV. I work for an incredible company that actually believes in taking care of its employees. I get free lunch catered in every day, and free breakfast, eggs, bacon, sausage, waffles, most days. So, free food. My friend works for Google and all food on site is free, all day long. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, smoothies, coffee, scones, etc. Once when I was visiting her with my husband we ate all 3 meals there and it was glorious. I also usually end up leaving with some of the free lens wipes from the bathroom and tea packets from the cafe. P.D. My tax is done. I have no idea how to do them because my dad is a CPA and just does it for me every year. Then I get a refund suddenly one day. It's pretty awesome actually. Same. It's good to have a certified public assassin in the family. Legal advice and representation. My dad is a lawyer. So valuable. If law school taught me anything, it's that life is really easy to frick up if you don't know where the legal pitfalls are. Lawyers know where the pitfalls are. Quite a few things. 1. Televisions. A lot of Samsung 9K series 42 inches 75. 2. Sound systems. Speakers, amps, subs etc. 3. Projectors. 4. Home automation units, Lutron, AMX etc. 5. Tons of cables such as HDMIs, DVIs, boxes of Cat6, speaker wire and so on. I'm a professional AV engineer installer and I work in a luxurious location for the elite wealthy. They give away all their old equipment to us if we upgrade a system or they redo their house. We have a very personal relationship with 70% of our clients, so they always ask us first. This is beautiful. I feel a single tear welling up in my iron ore. Cable TV and internet. I work for a smallish ISP cable provider, and last year the CEO got everyone together for some teamwork nonsense, and all the installation techs complained about various things, so a few months later, They announced all services would be free to employees. So, super fast internet, free HBO, a DVR, the works. It was really funny, because the news came out on the 1st of April, and while everybody was pretty sure it wasn't them messing with us, nobody was 100% sure. Just the cable TV for me, discounted for further DVRs if I choose. I won free internet for a year with an in-house comp. It's discounted if I continue, but it's only ADSL2 due to wholesaling restrictions, so I pay for cable broadband. We also get free streaming services. One great, one so terrible it costs my sanity with the constant buffering. Building supplies. I'm a cabinet installer, and my boss has made it clear that I can't take any leftover molding or other materials I like. I'm also really polite to all of the superintendents, make sure to do really good work, and communicate directly with them about any problems to get them resolved ASAP. Thus, when there is a big pile of leftover drywall or something in the garage and I need a piece for a project at home, they almost always let me have it. It's pretty awesome. My husband has a remodeling business and it's the same deal. I love when he does decks. Deck screws are awesome. Subway cookies. I am in almost every morning to get my egg white and spinach flatbread. I am polite to the same lady behind the counter every day. She is always happy to see me, and about once a week she gives me a large bag of various cookies from the night before. I take them to work and pass them out. I am the cookie hero. Just takes being a nice guy in the morning. I knew a cookie monster. He wasn't very nice. I work in the travel industry, so I get the occasional free hotel night or car rental. Never flights though, but my favorite perk is up to 21 days free valet parking at any parking spot in the US. It's so freaking awesome when you're coming home and you get into the shuttle at the airport, and the driver calls ahead, and by the time you get to the parking lot your car is sitting right there with the trunk open ready to go. My dad works for the airlines. I've spent my entire life getting free flights. It's freaking glorious. Professional quality watercolor paint. I do microbiological analysis of their paint that they send my company. We barely use the quantity they send, so the extra comes home with me. This is the only comment I truly envy in this thread. Let me preface this by saying that I'm American, so not many of us get this for free, but through my work, my health insurance is 100% paid for. My premium is paid for. I still have to pay co-pays and stuff. Pretty much everything. My work pays for almost everything. Free rent, free car, free phone, free computer, free education for children, free travel every year. It's a gilded cage, but I admit I am spoiled. For a sec I thought you said free children. Kudos. Love mooching off my sister's Amazon Prime, old college friends Hulu Plus, the one without commercials, and my mom's Netflix. Don't even pay for cable either. I change my passwords every couple months, or when I get lonely and want someone to talk to me, they always seem to call and check up on me before they ask for the new code. Water. My house was built by a nearby spring, so the water flows into a large underground tank and from there into the house for the shower, toilets, washing machine, whatever. It's awesome to not have to pay that bill after doing so my whole renting life. There's so much we put in an overflow pipe that runs into our pond. Tuition. I have severe profound hearing loss in both ears and have to wear hearing aids. Sophomore year in high school I found out that if your hearing loss is past a certain point in the state of Texas, your tuition is waived. I took the test and found out I am eligible for a tuition waiver. It was a godsend for me and my family, and I thank the Lord every day for it. A lot of people with hearing loss in Texas don't know about this program yet. If you live in the state of Texas and have a hearing impairment, you may be eligible for free tuition. Still have to pay room and board though, and it has to be a state-funded school. Weird that they've never heard about such a good program. I wonder why that is. There is an awesome burger joint, Captain Mike's Beer and Burger Whiskey Bar, where I live in Kenosha, Wisconsin. I guess you could make the argument that they don't make the best burgers in the entire surrounding area, but you'd be absolutely wrong about that. A little pricey. Sometimes I'll load up about a $16 burger, but absolutely worth it. Every year they have a big block party with a dunk tank, food, live music, mechanical bull rides, the whole 9 yards. No, at the end there is a raffle drawing to win burgers for life. That's one burger, with fries, every single day, for free, until death do you part. My lady and I went the day before for dinner, and when we got our tickets, I remember specifically stating, "Babe, there's no way in heck either of us are winning this." Well, sure enough, come midnight at the block party I hear my name over the speaker. Without a doubt the greatest thing I've ever won. Especially living 5 blocks away from the joint. At the time I won, I didn't have a job either, so a free meal every day was very welcome. Now, I work for the company at a different location, Mike's Chicken and Donuts, Mike's Sportsbook, and it has truly become fiscally irresponsible for me to move away from Kenosha. And TLDR, won a raffle for a free burger with fries every day for life at the best burger bar in town. Gym membership. My girlfriend works with an after-school program at the YMCA, so we get free access to all their facilities. Mead, my best friend's dad owns a meadery and refuses to let me pay for anything. I even get free growler fills, though I usually sneak a few bucks into the tip jar when he turns his back. I'm jealous. That's pretty close to my idea of heaven. Or Valhalla. Close enough. I work for a beer distributor and get a free case of beer or bottle of spirit each week. Sometimes I get a case of water because it's tough to drink 24 beers a week and still keep your job. Shit, I ate a case of beer lasts me like 2 days. Condoms. I'm planning on taking as many as I can from my college's safer sex office before I graduate, hopefully to last me until they all expire. I'm also planning on stealing a full set of dinner plates from the dining hall before I graduate, because frick Susan. Blueberries, in season. Someone once had a blueberry farm nearby, then a utility obtained the land, but did not destroy all the blueberry bushes. There are about 40 left. It's not a secret, but not known outside the community. We have all the blueberries we feel like picking, in season. Access to sporting events and concerts, press credentials, movie passes, Writers Guild of America, downloads and DVDs for first run films while they are still in theaters, WGA. I work in film and I get a lot of stuff, movie screeners, office supplies, any leftover after wrap, expendables, collectibles, tons of Parks and Recs props and some original scripts. Renting or paying for movies. Check your local library. You might be amazed at their selection. Mine have over 600 Blu-ray titles, many of which are new releases. I work at a library and can confirm. I live in a somewhat rural area and broadband coverage is spotty at best, and ever since the last Blockbuster closed in our area, we've almost tripled our DVD Blu-ray acquisitions and have a lot of movies, even new releases, all available for free for checkout with just a library card. I might check in more DVDs on a daily basis than books now. Beer. My friend owns a diner cafe and I'm a web developer. I get free beer as long as I keep his site up to date. Perfect arrangement if you ask me. It's not free if you accept it in lieu of payment. Sour punch straws. My great-great-grandfather founded American Licorice, and they send us obscene amounts of this crap every Halloween. So yeah, I'm freaking strapped RN, and my teeth hurt. Any college course is completely free, paid for by employer. I also get free unlimited MiFi LTE provided by the Sprint network. Free laptops, iPads, desktops, or just about any other technology I request. About 2.5 months of paid vacation time every year if that counts. Loads of free fine food, sampling tons of great wine, beer and liquor, as long as I don't appear drunk. I'm a bartender for a restaurant catering business. Snowboarding. I ride well over 100 days a year, and in the last 10 years I've paid for a lift ticket 6 times. My job gives me free season passes to Park City and Snowbird, and the other Utah resorts will always give me a ticket if I just call up and ask for one. I work in media. When I was a teenager, I guess I was hard to buy for and people started gifting me baskets with scented soaps and lotions. I didn't have to buy shampoo for the first 2 years of college, My body soap stash lasted almost till graduation, and the lotion stash lasted even longer. It was sad when it all ran out, but now I get to choose the scents, so that's a plus. My work provides a cell phone iPhone 6 and pays for everything. I'm not sure if it's an unlimited data or not, never really push the envelope. I am expected to be available 24/7 in case of emergencies, so there's a tradeoff. I've had to hop online in the middle of the night quite a few times. My old job gave me a stipend to cover my cell phone usage, and the stipend was actually almost enough to cover my phone and my wife's. Same tradeoff, except that I might get anywhere from 5 to 50 calls on the weekends, and I was woken up by calls on average once every 2 or 3 nights. I was actually woken up by at least one call, sometimes as many as 4 a night, each of the last 14 days that I worked there. It was freaking brutal, and a large part of the reason that I'm not working there anymore. Very expensive cheese from around the world, and sometimes fancy salami, wine and craft beer. I work the specialty department of an organic grocery store. Please come down and sample cheese. We get to take the rest of the sample home. Beer. I deliver beer. Normally I get a steep discount, but every so often my employer just tells us all to take a case or 2 of whatever we want. Sailing lessons. I managed to meet a few people that race sailboats and needed crew. I didn't know a thing, but that also meant that I didn't have any bad racing habits. The people on the crew taught me, have been teaching me how to race and sail for the year or so since I joined, and all I have to do is consistently show up and be reliable. Entering my 2nd season now and have my own position equals. Sadly this is going to get buried, but if you have any interest in learning to sail, call a local yacht club and see if their races ever take on new sailors. Petrol. My job is a mystery shopper, and a big client of my company is a large petrol garage chain. They pay me to mystery shop these garages and to fill up my car. It's a nice perk. The water here in Iceland is purer than most bottled water. It's funny to see tourists buy bottled water here when they can get the same or as good from the tap. Also, we get almost free energy from the geothermal vents. Breakfast, lunch, provided by work for free every day. Phone, paid for by work. Computer, provided by work. Transportation. I bicycle everywhere, and my good friend is a bike mechanic who is always down to do work on it pro bono. Flights, hotels. I churn credit cards, save up points. Haven't paid for either in a while. Electricity, water, not drinking water, shower and all. School and college fees. Internet. Is someone else paying for all these things, like a scholarship that covers all of this for school? I only ask because I've heard people when they rent say things like my water is free, except no, because it's just factored into your rent cost. We lived in a place where heat was free, which was still great because it was a flat cost worked into our rent, and we could have a nice toasty apartment in the winter without costing an arm and a leg. One of my best friends is a web tool developer project manager for big name clients. She created her own interest-based social networking type site from scratch. She has encouraged me to start my own tutoring business and helped me set up a locally hosted tutoring website with a WordPress theme I bought, so I can edit it and get it up and running. I'm somewhat tech savvy, but the last time I did any web development was in 2005 for a high school class, and things have changed a ton to say the least. A couple weeks ago she helped me pick a domain, set up my email through the domain, and came up with a business model. We spent a few hours yesterday working on getting it to the point that I could edit it myself from the template. I would estimate, based on how much her company charges for her time, that I have racked up at least $1,000 in value for her services. Despite her usual work being much more difficult, she is the best. I probably couldn't have done it without her, and if I had been able to, then it would have taken me days or weeks to figure out what she did in a few hours yesterday. I probably would have had to go live with the website as I worked too, and yeah, I would have likely ended up with a Squarespace site out of frustration. I'm learning a lot by working with the site, and it is slowly coming along. Hopefully the business goes just as well when I get it up and running. TLDR, web dev friend is the best friend. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video. Bye for now.